It's about the creativity, it's about how you build, it's about what you take into the game. It's like thinking about how you're building and like the runes and masteries you're taking into the game is like important for a character like Galio, and that's what I like. Whereas Modern League, it's like you just pick the best keystone where you don't even think about it. It's like, oh, you got options. You don't have fucking options. Fuck you, right? What the fuck is all this text? Holy shit. What the fuck am I no. God damn. Jesus Christ. What up, weebs, and welcome to Should They Go in a League Classic? And we're gonna take a look at every single champion in League of Legends and figure out whether or not they should be added to League Classic. They have 60 planned out. They just added the ninjas. They are gonna add some more, but presumably after that, they're gonna either add some more of the rest of the champions, or start creating some new champions, or tweak some of the existing champions in order to put them into Classic League, and that's really what we're going to discuss today. Like, which do champions fit, and if not, is there a way that we could make them fit into League Classic? And I think there's no better place to start with than motherfucking Aatrox. And this one's actually, okay, we've already run into the problem with our tiering system is, I want to put him into Hell Yes. But that's with the Aatrox that they released just before they reworked him. Does that count as with changes? Or hell yes, because old Aatrox was like he was like such a cool champion. You got the dive and you got the auto attack with the heal or the extra damage that cost your life, and you got the E, which is like kind of a skill shot, and you kind of go AP Aatrox. That was like a kind of like a secret build. It was like a secret build. You could go AP Aatrox. It wasn't that good, but you know I did it. And then he had such a different dynamic. He was like this such a unique take on like a melee carry, where it's like he felt like whereas like Master Yi just kind of like run at your opponents, and Tryndamere, it's like, okay, you're gonna be like invulnerable and stuff. But with Aatrox, especially because of his like 3-hit mechanic, it really felt like everything about you had to do with him, you had to be like very deliberate. So you went like a lot of attack speed, but like even if you went like the cool AP build, kind of had to revolve around these 3 hits. So it's kind of like embody like everything I like about League Classic and kind of hate about Modern League, where it's like it was like straightforward, but like the simplicity about it like is exactly what added all these layers to it. It's like, yeah, it was simple, but like that's the entire point that led to all these like important like decisions, not all these like, ooh, spam all your abilities, do all these things, move all over the place. It's like, no, these decisions are what matters, and that's kind of what I really like about old Aatrox. And Ari is like, I mean, she's already in here, but it's like they had to make some interesting decisions. This is kind of a cool thing. It's like, do they add like the loaded thing with the Ari with their Q with the move speed, right? If with the champions like Ari, do they, you know, what part of her do they add back? Like, do they go back like as old as possible? And I think in most cases, like, yeah, because like a lot of like classic champion, or a lot of the champions in Modern League, they just kind of get like overloaded, and Ari's also like a symptom of this. And I like how they dialed her back, and it's like she's kind of like the limit of like what should be okay in like classic League of Legends. Like her 3 dashes is like a lot, but it's restrained to her ultimate, and she doesn't really have mobility outside of that. So I kind of like it. Akali, they just added back in. Akshan, no, this is like what the fuck is this? This is go all over the place, a million different mechanics. You're not playing a strategy game. You're playing hit the fucking buttons on your keyboard and like fucking you're gonna need a PhD to play this shit. Like, no, fuck no. Alistar, he's already. This is what I really like about like old champions. Like Alistar, he's very like simple, right? You smash the ground, you headbutt, you got your heal, and you stomp a little bit, and then your ultimate is like this cool like invincible mode where you also get like a huge stat buff. So it's like, even though his kit is like so simple, like almost even too simple, but like it's just like, he's like perfect, because you can do so many things with it. You can go tank, use tank support, that's kind of like how he was designed, but also, you know, he's got enough in his kit that you can go AP, and that's like perfectly viable. That's like another completely different way to play him, right? And then also because he has so much AD built into his kit, like not only does it like affect the other builds in like interesting ways, you can go this like fucking off meme ass full AD Alistar build and shit, and that's not even terrible, right? It's like the thing with like Modern League of Legends is it like they're like, ooh, we want to like give you options, you know, we don't want these like simple champions, we want to give these overloaded, so you have so many things you can do. But like the thing with them is that like because they have so much on them, they're very streamlined into like a very like linear play pattern. Like you only play it like one way, right? With Alistar, it's like he's got a simple kit, yeah, but you can play him so many different ways. Whereas like, I don't know, let's just take Alawi. Alawi's a cool champion, I think, but like you're only playing her one way. Like there's no AP Alawi build. There's only like you fucking walk into them and you like start smacking, right? There's only one way to play this character. Whereas like Alistar, there's so much you can do with him. That's what I like about old classic League, is the creativity. It's like, oh, people are like, oh, you know, you can do so much with these new champions, but you can only do so much of the one thing. There's no creativity involved, and that's what I fucking hate about like new League of Legends, right? And okay, Mumu is already in. Mumu, I mean, he's tank cool. Anivia is already in. Annie's like, kind of want to say, honestly, I kind of like what they did with like new Annie, whereas like her shield kind of like affects timbers and shit, but like it's another case where they're just trying to like add too much to it, where it's like some of the things that they added I think are cool, but what they did take away is her insane auto attack range, right? And that's like kind of like, even though that doesn't make sense on Annie, it's kind of what makes her great, because it's like, you know, these characters, they have these like random strengths, and it's like, okay, how do I abuse this? How do I, you know, like take all of these tools that she has, like even if like they're like a little disparate, you gotta like, take them in order to like really master the character. So even though she's like really simple, like her insane auto range just kind of like throws this like other dimension into her character, and like that's what I really like about classic League. Aphelios, I think this is just a hard no. Oh, sorry, but else whoops. Yeah, that's, I mean, he's just got like, he's kind of like the embodiment of like, he just has too many things. Ashes is in this dragon guy. Actually, hold on. We're gonna reduce our tiers. We're gonna take down the no tier and just have only fuck no. And let's change this a little bit. Let's hold on a second. Okay, there we go. We have only one no, and that's being aggressive about it. But we have two yeses, and I think Aurelion Sol is we're gonna put in yes. The old one with the cool stars, and because that's like, right. He's like kind of like, honestly, what like. It's like kind of like modern. It's like a little bit modern, but it's like you have to be like he's obviously like kind of a modern champion, honestly. But like with his like star thing, it's like you have to be very deliberate about how you play him, right? Exactly about your spacing, about like how much damage you can do, about like exactly like how you're dealing that damage, right? Honestly, his kit feels very classic, just with it, like obviously like the original one, not the fucking new Aurelion Sol. The original Aurelion Sol with his stars, like Azir. He's cool. Like he's pretty old, right? And it's like, do we have him like with some changes? Like is this healthy? I think any character that only Faker can use is just gonna go in the fuck no. This is just a sign they have way too much in their kit. But I mean, honestly, if they like simplify him, honestly, like I think the idea of summoning soldiers is like cool, but I think maybe like he shouldn't have like as much mobility. Maybe he shouldn't have any mobility, right? If they took away his like dash on his E and just like made him like the soldier, like why does he have a fucking dash? He doesn't need a dash. Like why does the fucking summoning soldiers guy have like the dash thing on himself? Like yeah, like this is Q repossessing his soldiers so they can dash, sure, but like why does like this is everything that's wrong with him is his E. I think if he didn't have his like his dash with his shield and everything, I think he would be fine. Right, I think that's what makes him like problematic, and so we're gonna put him there. Bard, okay, Bard is another one where it's like he's kind of cool, but like his kit does like a crazy amount of shit. Like it's like I don't know. I don't see any way you would like change it, because he's like kind of like a perfect champion, but like he also like brings like kind of like way too much to the game, and like he's cool in a way. Like it wouldn't be like maybe this is where we have the net. Now we're gonna only have one note here, but I think he's like kind of like almost kind of like to the point where it's like kind of like his ear was like I kind of want to put him in, but like there's. Like he's everything about him like kind of just gels together so well that I don't think there's like a way that you could like change him to be okay and like still like be Bard. Belvith, what the fuck does Belvith do? Hold on, holy shit. What the fuck is all this text? Holy shit, what the fuck am I no. God damn, Jesus Christ, this is everything wrong. What the fuck, dude? Like no, God no. Let's crank, I'm sorry, Braum? I'm gonna Braum in yes. Cause like, is Braum new? I think I don't know. How new is Braum? But like he's cool. Like he does like something very like one-dimensionally. Like Braum, I like Braum. He's like kind of one-dimensional, right? But like in like a very good way. He doesn't do too much. He does like one thing like really well. He's got his big ass like shield projectile blocking thing, right? And he like sits in front of his allies, and then he like punches, right? And he like has some stuns, right? But you can also kind of build him solo line with, you know, the Savage D is famous for doing the Wits End Braum, right? That's cool. You can can do things with him, right? I think maybe they should like, you know, lean into like his like solo identity a little bit more, but like I don't know, maybe he already has that, right? Like I think Braum's cool, like honestly. Is Caitlyn in League? I don't think so. I think Caitlyn is Caitlyn's weird. It's like, okay, so like Caitlyn, should they have like, what I want to see with Caitlyn, honestly, is I want them to embrace like AP Caitlyn, right? I want to see some AP races on this bitch. But like, honestly, I think there's no way you can argue that like Caitlyn shouldn't go into a classic, I think. And honestly, I think the new Caitlyn honestly might be cooler because they didn't really change too much about her, I think, right? They like just made her so she does more headshots and that's cool, right? Like Caitlyn's cool. Camille, this is a no. No, fuck no. Cassiopeia, yes. Do we put her in hell yes? We're gonna Cassiopeia, yes. Okay, because like, I mean, she does great. She's like, yeah, you cast, no, we're gonna put her in hell yes. I mean, like, come on, like, you cast spells, and then you cast more spells, and then you cast even more spells, and then it's like, you poison and dots and shit, and she's kind of like this unique identity. She doesn't have too much fucking mobility, you know. I think she gets some speed when she hits you with her thing, but that's great. Yeah, no, like it's very limited kind of mobility, very limited kind of like CC, very like, you know, specific kind of damage. Yeah, no, she's a great mage. Cho'Gath, I mean, he's in, right? Quirky, he's in. Darius, Again, I think this is like, which one do we put him in, right? Do we put him yes or with Chadix? I think original Darius. Like, I think new Darius has like got too much going on. He's too complicated. His thing where he gets just like 1,080,000 if he's like stacks it up. I think old Darius is like simple. You hit him and you get the stacks and you ult him, right? So, do we put this? I guess we put this in yes. I think old Darius is cool, and I think he's cool. He's a cool bruiser champion. He's got like a uke thing going on. He's not too ridiculous complicated. Diana, again, that's a yes. I think Diana, she's got like mobility, but it was tied to like her ult, right? And it's like, you know, you can't just like go fuck off like all over the place, right? It's kind of like Ari, where it's like, okay, this is like a little bit pushing it, but like honestly, I think it's like just enough. Mundo, he's already in. Draven, yeah, this is one of those ADCs that is not overloaded with mobility. I think he's like fucking cool. I think he goes in, right? Because it's like, the thing is, it's like you're playing ADC, but you're kind of being flashy. But like you're just hitting him. You're going in, you get hit him. He's about positioning, and he's about like, I guess he's about positioning. Yeah, this is like, fuck all the hyper mobility ADCs. I think Draven's cool. Echo. He's got like a lot going on in his kit. Honestly, I think he's pretty old. I remember him being pretty old, but like, the fact that he just has like a big ass stun and he like resets it, he just has a lot going on. I think no, I don't think he should. He's got a lot going on. Elise, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say Elise should go in, right? Because she's like cool. She's like kind of like a Nidalee, but like more assassin-y, right? You gotta switch between the stances, and you gotta, you know, there's a lot you can do with her, right? You can go with like the fucking like assassin build and stuff. You have the spiderlings do the thing. You can go. I mean, you obviously play another class and no matter what you do, but it's like, I think she's got like a lot going on the kit, but like not too much, right? She's got your stun and her AP, but it's very like one-dimensional, right? You can kind of play her like in lane and like do like cool stuff, right? She's got her heals, she got like her burst, she got a stun, right? She got like a, you know, big ass leap. I think she's cool. Evelyn's already in. Ezreal's in. Fiddlesticks in. Fiora. Yeah, I feel like Fiora's just yes. I mean, come on, like. I mean, again, Fiora's like one of those champions where it's like, you know, she's a very specific type of carry, and her R is like kind of like ridiculous. Honestly, her R is like a little bit silly, but I think that's kind of the point, right? Where it's like, how do you use her R? Like, and it's like, do you like build the Tiamats? Like, that's really cool. Like, kind of like do all the splash damage over. I mean, again, playing her just kind of like rolling your face on the keyboard. you just kind of face roll your keyboard, but like it's about how you play. It's about how you build. I think that's kind of like classic League. Fizz, he's pretty old. He's like really old, but just Fizz. I want to say Fizz no. Like, fuck. I'm like maybe I'm like kind of like on the fence with Fizz. Like he's pretty old. Like he does like cool stuff, but just like a lot of what he does is like so toxic. Like, you know, it's like, oh, he's got so much fucking mobility, and he's like invulnerable, and he does like I don't know, like fuck Fizz. Galio. Yes, but old Galio. I think fuck yes, but old Galio. He's like another tank in the vein of like Taric, in the vein of like Cho'Gath, in the vein of like, you know, you got your spells and you got you just cast spells at him and you like do cool shit. You got your big ass ult. You can like kind of like build him AP. You can about to build him tank. He's like really versatile. You can kind of like go any lane with him. Like I do like modern Galio. I do like modern Galio, but I think if I'm being real for a second, modern Galio is like a little too modern. Whereas a classic Galio, it's like, yeah, it's oh god, you know, it's you know, you feel you can do like so much with them. Like it's like you can do more with the modern champions, but with the, it's like old Galio, he's got like all these like niche things, but like his heal and stuff, and he's got like, you know, his AP from MR and stuff. It's about the creativity. It's about how you build. It's about what you take in the game. It's like thinking about how you're building and like the runes and masteries you're taking into the game is like important for a character like Galio, and that's what I like, right? Whereas Modern League, it's like you just pick the best keystone, where you don't even think about it. It's like, oh, you got options. You don't have fucking options. Fuck you, right? Anyway, so yeah, Galio, hell yeah. Old classic Galio, fuck yeah. Gangplank is in. I think, yeah, they did good with Gangplank. Garen, that's cool. Nar's a weird one. I think I like Gnar. I think, you know, he's got cool stuff in his kit, right? He's got like kind of a lot going on, but it's very, you know, it doesn't feel like out of bounds, right? It's a lot of like thinking how you're building, how you're playing, right? With his like attack speed and the 3-hit thing and like jumping, right? You can build him a lot of different ways. It's like it's about how you build, right? You got creativity, right? You build him tank, you build him got to lean into his like attack speed thing, you do lean into his fucking long boomerangs. He's got like a lot you can do and like build him like a lot of different ways. And I think like Gnar, he's got like he's kind of got like a lot going on, but I think Gnar really fits in with just like the creativity that you can do with him, and the fact that he doesn't do too much. He doesn't do too much, and there's a lot of creativity. That's what I like. I'm gonna put Gnar in yes. Gragas, okay. Graves, do we put in yes or hell yes? I'm gonna put hell yes for classic Graves. I mean, like just like his fucking like the way he shoots his like modern Graves is cool, right? You shoot against the wall, you do like whatever damage, you got like your shotgun thing. But like classic Graves, I think there's something like special about it, especially the fucking the smoke screen. Like the way you play around him is like so unique. You can like I do like modern Graves, but it's classic just kind of had like, you know, a special feel to like kind of caster kind of thing, right? Where it's like I like it, you know. This. Fuck no. That's a no. Let's put no, get that shit out of here. Hecarim's a fucking hell yes. God damn. Again, it's like one of those things where it's like you have so much creativity when you build. Like you can build like full movement speed, and that's like kind of viable, right? You can build like damage, you can build like tanky. It's about how you build in the game, and he does like has like one thing that he has one thing that he does, and he runs fast and he charges at you. Like that's his thing, and it's like what do you do with that? Like how do you build him? The items, the runes. It's like how are you taking his like big strength and his like other things you do? How are you collecting them and like turning them into your game plan, right? Fucking love Hecarim, great champion. Heimerdinger's already in. Illaoi, we're gonna put in yes, because I think like she's like a little bit modern, but like she does like a lot, but like I think she's like kind of like one of those things where it's like it's about positioning. It's like a very one-dimensional character. It's about being out walking in and bruising them. I think Illaoi goes in yes, honestly. Like it's like she's got a lot on her kit, but it's very, you know, very focused, and like kind of like Hecarim, right? Hecarim is got like a lot going on, but it's all in service of fucking running and hitting him. Illaoi, she's got a lot going on, but it's all in service of jumping into the middle of them and then fucking smack him down and just fucking smack him down. I like that. Aurelia, Aurelia's it. Yeah, yes. I'm not gonna put Aurelia in fuck yes. Fuck you. Ivern, no, that's a fuck no. Janna is in. Jarvan's in. Jax is in. Jace is a weird one. I'm gonna Jace it yes. Like honestly, Jace is cool, right? He's like kind of like, I don't know, he's like their next take on their, does he come back before Leeds or after Leeds? I don't remember. But Jace is like, you know, there's like so much like creativity you can do with him. It's like you got, I mean, one thing actually, I think honestly, one thing I think they should lean into is AP Jace. Right, he's got like 1 AP ratio, which is like his like W and hammer for him, which is like the spark thing. And does his E do AP damage? I don't remember. I don't think so. But I think they could like. I think they could do a little bit more with him, like to like kind of like focus his build and like give you a little more flexibility on like how you build him, right? Because it's like, okay, you go your Manamune Jace, you go your caster abilities and stuff, and you have all these like fucking abilities and shit. But I think they could like give him some AP ratios. I think they could like, you know, let you like focus on like the hammer form like a little bit more. I think you could, you know, where he's got like almost like too much going on. Where it's like, but like I kind of wanted you to give him like take away some of the stuff. Maybe take away like the gate, like the gate, like giving his team a giant fucking move speed buff or whatever. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of cool too, but like I don't know, like just a little more flexibility in how you play him. I think it would be nice, right? Is that stupid? I don't know. Next, Jin. Honestly, Jin's pretty new, but I think Jin embodies like the great things about Classic League, right? He's not got the mobility. He has no mobility. I think that is like a big plus. An ADC with no mobility, I think, is a big points in towards going to the yes, they should be included in Classic League. I think really it's just that he's just I don't know if there's anything like super like classic about him, but I think he's just like such a well-designed champion that like that he should just go in Classic League, even though he's like pretty modern, right? Like he's got like he's so very like focused, but like it kind of gives you like creativity and like exactly what you do with that, like that focus, right? Like you play around the 4, you play around this like big thing, right? Like he's a very creative champion. You got your traps, you got your pew pew thing. Like honestly, I think he's just a great champion. Like even if he's not classic, I think just like how well he's designed. Honestly, Shinx. I'm gonna put Jinx in another fuck yes. Like, if an ADC that doesn't have mobility, I think that's kind of like an automatic contender for fuck yeah, man. Like, I mean, like, think about it. Like, Jinx, I mean, honestly, maybe Jinx after changes. You know what? I want to see them embrace AP Jinx, right? You know, she's got AP ratios on her little trap thing, right? But I want to see them embrace this, like, really on her zap, on her ult. I want to see AP ratios on that, right? I want to play AP Jinx, okay? Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to. I think because Jinx is at the point where they're taking away like random AP ratios, some shit. I want to see that shit. I want to see AP ratios on Jinx, okay? That's what I want to see. Kaisa, that's a fuck no. Same with fucking Callista. Holy shit, this is gonna speak of like diametric opposites. Like, no, that's Karma is hell yes. I think actually, hold on. Let's not get too carried away. Karma, I want to see classic Karma. Actually, modern Karma is my secondary, but they weirdly like added like a bunch of stuff to her that like made me really like her. And then they took away all that shit. Like she used to get like cooldown reduction on her autos, and like that was like so cool. It was like kind of like Skarner, where it's like you kind of like play your top lane, and you kind of like fucking you use your autos, you use all your knowledge of the game when you're spacing and auto attacking and shit, and you just kind of like fucking shit on them, right? And they took a lot of her away. I mean that kind of makes sense. I think the reason they did that is they kind of want like improve her in like buffer to put in like support lane, but it's like just embrace the fucking top Karma, okay? Like that's no one wants to play Karma support. That's boring, okay? Like what does she do? She like shoots out some stuff and she shields, whatever. Like I want to do that top lane. I want to abuse my opponent. Fuck you. Anyway, old Karma was a great champion, right? All of her abilities did 2 things, which I think was such a cool dynamic. She only had 3 abilities, and her ult like improved them, and then each of her abilities had 2 things. Like they did another thing if you like buffed it, right? And her Q with like a big like AoE damage thing, and if you buffed it, it gave a heal to your team. Her E was like a shield, but if you buffed it, it did a big AoE damage. Her W, it did like a rope thing, and then it like sped up your teammates, and then like slowed down your enemies, and it did some damage, but it was like kind of broken, so it didn't actually, it was like impossible to use. So it was like you only had 2 abilities, and so like I was the only one playing Karma, and so like no one understood how to play her, and that's like partially why her win rate was terrible, but also like her old W, they didn't even do anything cool with the empowered thing. They just like doubled the movement buff or debuff. Like that's so boring. Like what I want to see with Karma is it's maybe just even her modern like W, but like something, or like no what I want to see is that like her W just like point and clicking affects damages whoever she casts it on, because originally it was just like you had to go through the hoop, so it's like in a solo lane, even in a duo lane, it was like impossible to do anything with. You could not hit your opponents with like one of her 3 abilities, right? Like the entire point of her was like to use her 3 abilities instead of her ultimate, but really she only had 2, right? So I want to see some changes to her W, and then she would go in fuck yeah, because I really like old Karma, but like as it stands, she just like is not a functional champion, and like that's not okay. Karthus, we're gonna put, I mean, okay, Karthus is in, Kassadin's in, Katarina, honestly, I want to see, I kind of want to see old Katarina, right? Because like old Katarina, like all of her damage was in her ultimate, and so you would like exhaust them or like gunblade them, and like if they didn't get away from your ult, they would die. And like I guess like technically it's like more fun to be like the jumping around Katarina, but like it was cool to just be able to like 100-0 like squishies with Katarina. Kale, okay, Kayn, no. Kennen, they just added him. That's cool. Kha'Zix. I mean, yes, Kha'Zix obviously goes in. Yes, he's like very like he's like a cool creative champion that doesn't have too much going on. But I really want to see with Kha'Zix though. Actually, again, I want to see AP Kha'Zix. I want to see AP Kha'Zix, right? I want to see some buffs on I want to see some buffs on the AP ratio for his passive like on hit thing. I want to see some buffs on the heal thing on the AP ratio for his heal, right? I want to see some AP Kha'Zix, right? That's what he needs, right? Like AP ratio is not gonna break his assassin 0 AP build somehow, right? I don't think think this is like gonna be good enough to be like broken. But I want to see like be able to do this, right? I want to be able to you know try some new shit out, right? Kindred. Honestly, I kind of like Kindred. Like, I'm kind of tempted to put Kindred in yes. I don't know, right? Because she does like so much. I think she just like does so much. Like maybe, I don't know, how would you change Kindred to be like kind of like the cool like jungle ADC jumping around? Like I like her like little, like she's got mobility, but like it's not obnoxious mobility, right? She has like these short hops that let her just kind of like pop in and out and like deal like poke and like do like a little bit, but like not like fucking Callista jumping all over the place, right? She's got like these little hops, right? What I want to see is Kindred being able to play in lane. I want to fucking abuse like because I like playing Kindred top and like that's not like viable because it's like okay you can like kind of invade your opponent's jungle, but if stuff spawns on like the other side of the map, you're like well fuck. I want to be able to play Kindred top, and I think if you can balance Kindred top, then she should be in game, and if you can't rework her to do that, then she should be out of the game. Kled, I want to see. You know what? Yeah, fuck yeah. Kled, it's like kind of like he's like so one-dimensional and he's got like a lot on his kit, but again, it's like all in service of like doing this one thing. And how do you do the one thing? You want to run at them and you want to be able to keep hitting them as much as possible so you don't die. And the more you hit them, the more you don't die, and the more you hit them. And it's all about hitting them, right? He's all about hitting them. It's not this like, ooh, we'll go around stuff. He's got mobility, but like his only mobility is to go in, right? His mobility is go in more. And I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's very cool. I think that's very classic. Next is Kog'Maw. Okay, Kog'Maw's in what? No, this is no, that's a fuck no, not fuck that champion. LeBlanc is in, Lee Sin's in, Fiona is in. Ooh, this what is this? The deer champion. I kind of like this champion, honestly. Like it does like. She's another one where it's like she does like a lot, but it's like kind of all in service of like one thing, right? And so it's like, yeah, she's got like her she's kind of like abusive, right? She can like with her E, if she hits her E, she kind of like kind of sleeps you, but like otherwise, her entire thing is like running around in circles, like running around you, and like how do you do? Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen her top. I want to see see more viable top lane. I don't want to see her as a jungler. I think being a jungler kind of makes her toxic, right? Where it's like it kind of like depends on like how like good your fucking E into ult like free gank thing is like okay, that's like kind of lame, right? I really want to see more on like the being able to like run around your opponent and get movement speed as it's like kind of like a Hecarim. It's kind of like a carry Hecarim, right? Kind of like a carry AP Hecarim if you're just like running around them and like, you know, hitting them and stuff. I think I want to see that. Lissandra, I think Lissandra is going right into fuck yes. Because I mean, she's like the embodiment of like, yeah, like do one thing and you got to think about how we were doing it. How are you doing it, right? She's got like this like ridiculous mobility spell, her E, right? But it's very committal. It's very, you got to think about it, but you can also like do it for like pretty good damage, right? And her Q, like her passive is like a little boring, I think, but that's fine, right? She's got like good CC, she's got a great like point and click CC. That's honestly anyone with like a point and click CC should go into hell yes. Like let's be honest for a second, right? And it's like, but you've got creativity what you can do with her, right? You can kind of like build her tanky. You can dive in and start like taking a little bit of damage, and then like kind of like ult yourself. You can build her like assassin and just kind of kill him. Right, there's so much you can do with this character, and it's like her kit is very simple, and it's like very very creative. You can be creative. Lucian. I really like the whole like caster ADC thing, kind of like Graves. I think they need to find, maybe there was a version of Lucian like this, but I think there's one. I think you need to find one where he doesn't have like ridiculous mobility and it just kind of like focuses on the dual like the ultimate like pew thing. I think if you do that, I think he's cool, right? Because like his problem is that like if he gets like away with the game, he just has like so much mobility and so much damage and like does a lot. But his whole kit is like kind of like one dimensional. You know what they need to do? They need to rework him into an AV champion. and that would solve like all of his problems, right? Because he'd be like the gun guy that like kind of like shoots you, right? He's got abilities, but like you kind of like gotta work into like his gun shoots and his auto attacks, right? But he's an AP champion. Like, what do you do with that? I think if they made Lucian into an AP champion, he'd be a good classic character. I think so. That might be stupid, but I'm sticking by it. Okay, Lulu is in. Lux is already in. Malphite is in. Malzahar is in. Maokai is going right into the fuck yeah tier. Holy shit, I love Maokai. Maokai is like my favorite champion. Old Maokai was my, well, no, Renekton was still my main, but old Maokai was my second main. Like, AP Maokai, one fucking load in the bushes. Holy shit, dude, I love load in the bushes. What's happening, man? Like, it's just great. You could do so much with this. You could do so much stuff. 2, going full AP, Deathfire Grass Maokai, just jumping on him, just jumping on. Like, I love like the tanks that you can kind of like just jump on people, right? And you got like, and like it kind of forces you, right? Because you're playing the tank full AP, you got your CC, but like if you got to be careful, right? Because most of your CC is just going towards killing them, so you don't really get the CCs. Like, even though you're this like hyper carry with like a ridiculous amount of CC, you don't really get to use it because all your CC is like based on like killing them, right? So, but then it's like if you do it correctly, and now it's like, okay, you killed someone, but now you got like some CC, but you're squishy. You can't just like walk into them. Like, what do you do? How do you play around this? And so it's like kind of like this all-in, kind of like this, you know, kind of like super like fucking 5-head checkers play the character. I fucking love it. Master Yi, no, what the fuck is this character? No. Misfortune is in. The Mordekaiser is. We're gonna put that. Do I need to explain that Mordekaiser is like a fuck yes include? Like, fully AP Mordekaiser, 100 to 07. You got the ghost. Honestly, the ghost. Taking a champion ghost is such a cool concept. I can't believe they got rid of it in favor of like his ult, which is like even more snowbally than like anything in the game, because it's like, okay, do you win? If you ult someone, it's like, okay, well now you win even more. You fucking get to kill them. Congratulations. No, it's like, okay, well then your ult is like Yusou's. I guess you can ult the support maybe and like try to like not be like a fuck off retard, but like, okay, no. Morgana is in. Fury, no. Nami, I think is Nami the first support that we're putting all the way up into the fuck yes or into yes at all? Nami's a great champion. She's got like, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, actually, what I would like to see is solo lane Nami. I would like to play Nami top, and I don't care if it's like mega viable. I just want to be able to do it. And right now it's like kind of like not viable, but I do love Nami because it's like she's got like CC, but it's very like focused, and she's got like damage, but you gotta be careful. It's more about like buffing your ally to do that, and she got the balance, which is really cool. She's got like, her kit is very limited, but it's got all these different tools that can benefit you if you're creative, and that's exactly what a champion should look like. You know what? We're gonna put her in fuck yeah. I would like to see more solo lane Nami, but we are gonna put her in hell yes. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're gonna put her in hell yes. Next is Nasus is in. Next, Nautilus. Nautilus is another one for the fuck yes tier. Holy shit, I love Nautilus. Okay. I mean, do I need to explain it? He's like a tank. He's like kind of like Blitzcrank, but like more damagey, more all-in. You play him AP. You can. I want to brag that I was like the first one to rock out the support Nautilus. People are like, ooh, you know, he's just like other supports, but like not as good. Like, no, he has so much fucking CC in his kit. He has like a ridiculous amount of CC. Like, obviously, support Nautilus was good from like day one, but no one was doing. No, but like really, like Nautilus is cool. I like Nautilus. You can like, he's got like interesting, because it's like you can kind of build him like a few different ways, because his passive has got like a root on his passive. You can kind of like lean into that and like do that, you know. You can kind of, do you build like attack speed on him? Do you like embrace his like shield, like whack him? Do you whack him? Do you go full AP? Do you go tank? Do you try to maximize the CC? He's got like a very focused kit, but there's so much you can do with it. There's so many ways you can build him. I fucking love it. That is exactly what Classic League of Legends should be all about. It should be about bringing your creativity into the game, and Modern League doesn't do that. But Nautilus, hell yes, he does. Okay, what's his, I don't even remember what the character is called. I want to put yes. I'm gonna put her in yes. Nico? Is it Nico? I think Nico. I should know this. I was playing when Nico came out. Like, I think she's cool. Like, she's got like a lot of different things you can do, right? It's like her like camouflage thing is like a little bit toxic, but like in a good way, in like kind of like a LeBlanc kind of way, right? And so you just kind of do that, and she's got like a big ult that's like kind of like committal. You need to like commit to do this as like an AP character, but also you can build her like the on-hit build. She's got that creativity. She's got that creativity. I'm gonna put her in the hell yeah. I'm gonna put her in hell yeah, actually. You know what? Yeah. Millie is in this bitch. No, fuck. That's no. Nocturne. Nocturne's another one for the hell yes tier. Because Nocturne is one of those things, because any character with like free stats should probably go in hell yes tier. Because like Modern Riot does not like free stats. Because it's like, oh, you know, people don't understand it. And like, I understand it. What about me? Like, it's like, oh, you should feel impact. Like if you just know how the game works, then like a stick of free stats like that just it's like a fucking candy bag on Halloween. It's like, here's a thing, go nuts with it. There's so much you can do. If you have that free stats, it's like, how do you use this? I'm gonna figure this out, right? It's like a candy bag of like, you know, creativity, right? And like, it's like, oh, people don't understand how to use it. Well, that's because they're stupid, right? Like old League of Legends was a game for smart people, right? And it's like, okay, like you can jungle with them, yeah, you can like dive on people, but it's like top lane, it's like, okay, like how do I, you know, you sit down your free stats, people can't deal you, like how do you, you know, it's like how do you use it, you want to like use the free stats to like be able to like overcome your opponent and then like leave lane, right? It's a thinking man's champion. It's a thinking man's champion, right? It's not a, you know, one for someone with like 4 hands. It's a champion for people who think. Okay, Nocturne is a hell yes. Okay, Nunu is already in the game. Olaf is in the game. Orianna, honestly, Orianna's fucking, she's just kind of like Jhin. She's just like a really well-designed champion, right? She can do so much. And like, again, like the AP character with like the little bit of auto attack that you can kind of build on. You can, it's not good, but you can go like Nashor's like auto attack Orianna. It's not good, but like realistically, like what I do sometimes is like kind of go like attack speed ruins, and right, you give up the M-Pan, you give up a little of your good damage, but it's like, if you're doing that, you can go Orianna top and like kind of like abuse your opponent a little bit. You can like kind of like lean into like a little bit of these things and like just be creative with how you play the character, right? But also like just the ball itself is such a simple concept, but like you can do so much. You put it on your carry, you can protect them, you put it on your tank, and you combo with like anyone. Like it's like it's a little bit that does a lot, right? It's a little bit that does a lot, and I think that's like everything that I like about classic League of Legends. It's like it's up to you on how to like get all this out, right? It's not about like, you know, how many hands you have. You don't need a PhD to like figure out how to like fucking do all this shit. It's up to your creativity and your knowledge of how the game works and your spacing and everything. Orianna's a fuck yes, or hell yes. I don't know. Ornn is. Huh. I'd say yes with changes. I don't love the ability that like kind of like, I mean, I kind of do like, you know, the thing that lets your team buy like cool things. That's kind of cool. He doesn't really have too much in his kit. Like honestly, he's kind of a cool character. One thing I would like to see is AP Ornn properly. Like his damage is like all over the place, right? And you kind of like build only tank on him. I would like to see the proper AP Ornn build like supported. That's what I would like to see, right? That's what's missing, but that's what separates like Ornn from like, I don't know, Maokai or something, is you're kind of limited on what you can do with Ornn, and I don't think that's cool. I think that's very uncool. And I would really like to see that change. And next, Pantheon is in. Poppy. Okay, so Poppy actually, honestly, I think they should add Poppy in, like modern Poppy in, as a separate character. Like, she's so cool. Like she's kind of like a classic champion, right? Where it's like, okay, she doesn't have AP ratios, but all of her stuff has AD ratios, right? You can go like a full AD Poppy. You could do like she's kind of like the Maokai thing, right? Except that she does AD damage for some weird reason instead, which is cool. That's fine, right? Poppy, you can build her damage, you can build her tanky, you can do all kinds of cool things. Her ult is like this wacky shit, right? And she's got like a lot in her ability, but it's very focused, right? It's not like a million different things. It's like, okay, I'm gonna like get in front of you. I'm gonna get in front of you, and I'm gonna like stop you, and I'm gonna like hit you, right? And I think that's just cool. And I think that's just cool. Next, Pyke. That's get the shit out of my face. Kiana, get the shit out of my face. Quinn. Quinn is interesting actually. I think Quinn, the problem with Quinn is that she does like kind of like, it's like, because she's got like a ridiculous amount of ability, but it's like, you know, it's very situational ability, right? And like she's got like a very abusive thing, but it's kind of like very all-in thing, right? It's kind of like, I don't know. I think I want to see old Quinn in the game, right? I want to see her like flying with her bird and just kind of like go in with the bird and be the bird and stuff instead of like the new thing where they're not, you know, they're not the bird. I want to see bird Quinn a little bit more. I don't know what this means, but I think Quinn is like kind of cool, and I think there's a way that you could make her work. And we're gonna put her in with changes right now because I'm a little bit on the fence with this character because like obviously she's an ADC with like mobility, but like it's not the kind of like, oh my god, Kaisa ability, right? It's like cool mobility, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Rakan, Rakan's kind of hard to grade because like let's hold on, let's put it with Zyra. Where the fuck is Zyra? With Zaya? Where the fuck is, hello? Zaya is like kind of like a yes champion, right? Like she's got interesting, but like Rakan himself is like kind of fucking overloaded to the point where it's like, okay, you've got so much dashes, you got like so much things you can do. He's like kind of like a little bit too much. So I'm gonna put the two of them like in with changes. I think Zaya is like a cool champion. She's like an ADC that doesn't have too much ability. She's got like a very unique defensive ability, which I think is cool. I think Rakan is kind of the one that's the problem. And I think if they like, you know, tone down his mobility a little bit, you know, and like maybe give him more damage, you know, support the AP Rakan instead of giving him all the mobility, you could give him a little bit of damage instead. I think that would be good. But because they're like paired, we kind of have to put them both in the same thing. Next, okay, Rek'Sai. I think we're gonna put Rek'Sai in with changes because I think if the tunnel thing is kind of cool, but it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too modern league. But what I do really like is the underground thing, and that I think is something that should be supported in modern League of Legends, and especially something that you fucking took away is the laser pew pew Rek'Sai build, which was just amazing. And I think I want to see that. I want to see them focus on that. I want to see them focus less on the ridiculous mobility shit and more on the underground shit. And I think that would be good for League of Legends. Quell, I don't want to do. I'm not super familiar with this character. I want to say like maybe, but let's just say no. No, Renekton. Okay, I mean Renekton is kind of the perfect champion, and Riot have said that this themselves, right? He's got like mobility, but like good mobility, but like it's very like situational. It's very high cooldown. You have to like hit an enemy to activate the second part. So it's like you gotta be smart about how you use it. It's a thinking character, and his Fury is like a very interesting mechanic. Most people don't really understand. Like he's so simple, right? His abilities are very. He's got a stun, he's got an AoE damage heal, and he's got a dash, and his ult makes him a little more powerful. But the thing with his Fury is like that's what like most people really don't get this ability, right? The Fury thing. But that's where if you really want to excel, like that's what you do. And it's like a stat thing. You have to really understand how his stats work in order to like really win on him, right? And it's about how do you maintain your Fury, right? Because it's like if you have Fury, you're dominant. If you don't have Fury, you're fucking useless, right? Like not useless, but like, you know, you're like a lot less strong, right? And so it's like about how do you maintain your Fury? How do you build up your Fury in like kind of like a weakened lane without like getting fucked on by your opponent, right? And like how do you build to do that, right? Like one thing is like, okay, Tiamat is like very like key on him, not just because like the wave clearance shit, but because Tiamat, it gives you like a little bit of range, and if you're in combat, and so Tiamat lets you stay in combat, then you get to protect your Fury, right? And so like there's so much things you can do with like the items and your builds that like very creative. You can be very creative on Renekton, right? And he's like a very focused champion, but you can be so creative with exactly how you build him. I love that. Next is Rengar, and right, Rengar is like starting to get into the toxic thing. I'm gonna put Rengar in yes, because I think Rengar is one of those characters that allow like he's got a lot of mobility, but it's you got to be creative with how to use it. It's not just like you got to be able to, you know, fucking like roll every key out of your keyboard like a million times a second, but you got to be very creative with how you use the mobility, right? And this has led to like a lot of toxic things, and I think that's what's cool about him, right? You could like the AP Rengar. Do you build AP? Do you kind of like do the face roll build? Do you know he's got like very you can do very cool things with him, but like not in like a do a million things kind of way, but like in a very, oh, you know, I do these things and these things are cool kind of way, right? I like that. Riven is starting to get into Riven. I mean, it's just a very old champion. Honestly, I'm being honest. I think they should take away the like the auto attack reset weird shit that she gets and just only have, because like Riven, she's got like a lot of mobility. Let's not kid ourselves. Riven's got like a fucking shitload of mobility, but like all of her mobility is like tied into her damage, right? And so like the more mobile you are, the less damage you have, and I think that's very cool, right? And I think if they like kind of like make her like a real champion instead of like the thing where you do get like a million auto attacks, like that's cool, but that's turning into the territory of like, okay, this is too much stuff. So we need to like take away some of the things on Riven. And I think what she has, I think her base concept is really cool, where it's like she has mobility, yes, but like you really have to like think about how you use her mobility in order to get the most out of it, and I think that's very cool. Next, Rumble. Again, I'm gonna put Rumble in yes. I think Rumble is very cool. Rumble, I mean, he does cool stuff. Like it's about how you use that stat. It's about how you use your heat, right? It's a very unique stat. The heat is a very unique stat. I think that's so cool that like you gotta use your heat and shit, right? How do you use like all your abilities, right? It's about using abilities, but like not too many abilities, and that kind of puts him into hell yes. Honestly, it's like, you know, it's like how do you use your abilities? Like lots of abilities, but like not too many. But like sometimes you want to use too many abilities, right? I think he's a very smart design. I think it's such a smart design. I like Rumble a lot. Rise in. No, this is a fuck no. This is Sejuani. This is going in fuck yes. I think because it's like, again, it's like kind of like the Maokai thing where it's like, you know, he's just got that's like the unique tank, and it's like, I mean, tanks start to get similar, but like they all got kind of like a unique, you know, movement, unique like ability, like playing pattern, where it's like, you know, they kind of do the same thing, but like really how you play them, how you end up playing them, especially if you're playing them like full AP. If you're playing them like tank, like a boring person, like sure they're the same, but if you're playing them full AP, like, I mean, hell yeah, dude. Senna. I mean, no, non-committal, no set, no, get that shit out of my fucking face, get goddamn fucking character. This in Shyvana, I'll say yes. I mean, yeah, again, Shyvana's like a carry, but it's about how you use your fury. How do you like get the best out of like the stats you have? She's a stats character. You play her for the stats, right? And it's boring to some people. It's boring to people who don't like, you know, card game, who don't like dice and card games and shit. But like if you're a fucking thinker, you know, Shyvana's a great character. Also, I do kind of like the modern one where they like to add in, weirdly, when they like rework characters, they like take away options. But like with Shyvana, you know, they kind of like gave her like extra AP ratios, and I think that's really cool. Oh, they just reworked her like recently, but I don't like that. I mean, before that, when she just kind of only had like the extra like pew pew like explosion move. I think they should add that in. I think they should add the explosion in and make her like, you know, give her like the AP option. I don't think that has to take away from like all the other stuff. I think that's the only thing that you need to add is just like the extra AP Shyvana options that they had. And I think if you add that in, I think that'd be great. Singed is in, Scion is in, Siver's in, Skarner's in Swain. Yes, I love Swain. Swain's like one of those characters that just does like, you know, he fucking turn Birdman, and then you do your bird thing, and you got your like interesting like CC damage abilities, and you got like, you know, Swain's great. We love Swain. Alright, let's get this shit out of my face. Again, Syndra. I mean, Syndra is such a hell yeah champion. I mean, like she, like the Q thing, like just like setting up her orbs and like casting more orbs and like being able to like use your orbs and your other abilities and like ult them. It's like very like focused. It's very creative. You can be creative with Syndra. I love it. I love Syndra. I love Syndra. Great character. Tom Kent. I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I kind of love the top lane Tom Kench, you know, like being able to like lick your opponent and like eat him and like lick him. You know, I think that's cool. And I think, is it like toxic? Maybe they should like figure out like a better ult for him. Like, cause he's been like kind of problematic, but like in kind of like, is that like a classic League of Legends like problematic, or is that like a Ryan hates fun problematic? You know, where it's like, I don't know. I feel like he should go in yes. You know, like old Tom Kench. I think that's a really cool champion. Honestly, like you can eat minions, you can eat characters, you can lick them, you can do like on hit damage, you can be tanky, you can do. He's cool. Come on. Right, Leah, she's yes. I think she does cool stuff. You know, she's got like the zone abilities. Her wall is like a very interesting thing, but it's like not overloaded. It's a very specific, very cool, very creative thing. I think that's cool. Talon. I think old Talon. I think we should put old Talon. Yes. I mean, you know, I think new Talon's like, oh no, fuck no. Old Talon, I think he's interesting. I think, you know, he's one of the things where you kind of have to understand how everything works, and it's like, okay, you don't just, whereas new Talon, it's like, you fucking jump on the thing, you jump over the other thing, it's like, whatever. Talon is like a cool burst champion, okay? Taric is in. Teemo, get this shit on my face. Thresh, I'm gonna put Thresh in with changes, and I think the problematic thing with Thresh is his lantern, which is, you know, kind of weird to say because like that's like the main thing with him, but I think that this is what makes him like modern champion thing, right? Where he just like does too much, right? He's like the kind of like, okay, like all the pro teams play him, but he does a lot. But what I really like about Thresh is the fucking, you know, the charge up EP Thresh that you go to like, and then you do the damage. Yeah, I like the carry Thresh build. I wanna see that. I wanna see the carry Thresh build. I wanna see this fucking weird ass support do everything on one fucking character support build. Like that's stupid. Get that shit out of my face. But I wanna see the carry Thresh build like embraced. Okay, is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. Tristana, is Trundle in the game yet? I don't think so. I think Trundle just goes in the game, right? I mean, like, again, he's a character. You have to be very deliberate. He's like kind of like a tanky carry thing. We have to be deliberate about how you use him. Like he's got his pillar, which is like this very unique thing, and like it's about the strategy. It's about like, you know, how you the placement of the thing. It's like how do you use this like pillar. It's like a very strange ability, right? Very strange CC. A very strange like altering ability, but like in the end you're just like hitting them, right? And you gotta know how to hit them. You gotta know how to use your pillar, right? I think he's very cool champion. I think he's a very cool champion. I think Trundle's great. Trundlemere, it's just a fade. It's this dude Udyr's not in, right? I mean, like Udyr, you know what? Udyr, I think Udyr's just a yes, right? I mean, come on, he's like the ultimate, like, again, Udyr's like one of the characters. It's like if you understand how stats work, you kind of win, right? I think that's great. I think characters should be based on like stats and understanding on how you, but like the Udyr's like, the other thing, it's like weird. He's got like all of his abilities have 5 points, where it's you can't build all of his abilities, and that's very cool. That's such a cool concept, right? Where it's you cannot like build all of his abilities all the way, right? You gotta think about actually what are you building, like even more than any other character. You can build like standard, tire stands, Phoenix stands, or you can build like, I'm gonna go super offense and build both Tiger and Phoenix. That's very fucking cool. Am I gonna go like bear stance max first? I want to like run down people and like stun them, and my team's gonna do stuff. Am I gonna go Turtle first? Am I gonna like be fucking tinky and cool? Honestly, the more I talk about this, Udyr should go and fuck yeah. Honestly, like really, like, convince me otherwise. No, Udyr should. Come on, dude. Urgot is. Urgot was like always a weird champion, and I think he's like the one character in classic League of Legends where it's like, maybe you can rework this guy like a little bit, right? He's just such a wonky dude. He's like this weird like tanky like carry thing that's like tanky and does like a weird fuck off like abilities, and like he's like got a homing thing. He like swaps you, and like why does he swap you if he's like supposed to be a carry? Like what even is he? He's kind of like, the thing about Urgot is like he does so many things where it's like you should be able to like build different ways you build him. You should be able to build like, you know, AP or tank or AD on him, right? But it's like it all ends up in like doing the only building like mana AD carry kind of like weird ass fucking build that like doesn't really work, because if it's good it's like broken, and like this is like the one character where they really need to like fuck off with the some of the stuff and like rework him. I want to see like, you know, I think like the old like the concept of him is like good, but I want to see like a way to do that where you can actually have choice in how you build characters. And I don't know how he was so wonky, but like if it make him less wonky, I think he'd be good. Varus is going in the fuck yes tier. I mean, come on, he's a carry. He does not have mobility. You can build him like 3 different ways. Holy shit, Varus is great. Hell yes, dude. Vayne is in, Veigar is in. Vel'Kod's, I mean, do I need to say more? Like, immobile AP carry, very interesting, unique spells and CC and stuff. Like, do I need to say more? No, hell no. Like, I mean, come on. Get this shit out of my face. Vi, let's go ahead and Hell yeah. I mean, it's like Vi, it's like, have you ever played mid lane Vi? Have you played Vi mid lane? Like the way your kid has, it's like kind of very dimensional. You like punch and you go in with the punches, and your punches help you go in more and help you do more, and it's like you do punch, but you kind of got like a good amount of like cool things you can do with Vi, just because like her E is like an auto reset, and it gives you like a shield, and it gives you like a big punch. Like there's a lot you can do with it. I really like Vi as a champion. I really like Vi as a character. This is a no. Victor, I'm gonna say yes. Yes, Victor's cool. I think his ultimate weapon thing is cool, right? I think his ultimate weapon thing is cool. I think he gets to do cool things. I think you get to. I think they could like add it a little bit to like make it a little bit more creative. I mean, did they do it with Modern Victor? Is like Modern Victor better? Is Modern Victor better? Maybe. I'm not super familiar with how like Modern Victor works. You know, I think you know, like embracing more of like the, give him a little more choice. I think Modern Victor might have actually do that. He might actually be better. I gotta look up, like, think about that one. Vladimir. I mean, Vladimir is just a yes. He's cool. He's cool. Volibro. Volibro's going in the fuck yes tier. I do actually like modern Volibro. Like I think actually, honestly, I kind of like really like modern Volibro. I think the amount of things you can do with him is like very cool. Like you can play AP, you can play him AD, you can. I think honestly, maybe they should add modern Volibro. Maybe they should add both. Cause like old classic Volibro, I think is cool, right? With like the big tank that gets like the lightning thing, and you fucking like punch him, and you punch him, and you like fear him, and you hit the E with the roar, and he's like kind of like. He's kind of like Donkey, but he's like cool. But like honestly, modern Volibro I think would fit very well into League Classic. I think they should add both, right? I think what's his face? TB Skyen, he did a like very cool thing about like how modern Volibro should have the have like the kind of like, you know, mystical like weird ass Elderwood kind of like concept rather than the Thunderbear concept. I think they should add old Volibro as like a Thunderbear concept, and they should add like the modern Volibear as like the Elderwood kind of weird ass like funky like horns and shit concept. I think both of them would be really successful in League Classic, because like honestly, like modern Volibro, you get to do so many, you get to be creative with how you build and how you do things. And if you had like the old rune and mastery system with a modern Volibro, that would, you'd get to do so much. I think honestly, like he's like the one like rework where I think they should definitely add that in. I think he's very successful. Speaking of reworks though, Warwick, honestly, I do also like the modern Warwick. I do also really like modern Warwick. Kind of like, I mean, let's just say he's in. I could see a world where they also put modern Warwick in. Like it's like League Classic, right? It's like janky. Like the lore doesn't mix. Like the characters don't make sense. Like why not add? You know what? Let's add modern Warwick in. We should say add modern Warwick as well as Volibro, right? Because it's like the old League Classic, the characters doesn't make sense, the lore doesn't make sense, it's just a bunch of shit happening, right? Why not add like both versions of certain characters, right? Like modern Volibro would be excellent, right? But also classic Volibro is cool in his own way, right? Same with modern like Warwick. Modern Warwick doesn't do too much, right? And he's honestly in some ways more flexible than like old. He is definitely more flexible than old Warwick, right? Right, where you can build AD, you can kind of like build AP, you can build tanky, right? Like there's a lot you can do with him, right? Like honestly, I would like to see that. I would like to see them add in like classic and modern versions of some of the characters. Not the stupid ones, but like definitely like Volibro like that, right? Wukong is Wukong in? Wukong's already in. Xerath, again, I think we're gonna put him in, yes. I mean, he just does very cool. Like the immobile mage, I think that's such a cool concept. I really like it. Xinzhou, is Xinzhou in? Is Xinzhou in? I think he's not in yet, but I mean, they should clearly add him. I mean, like, he's very cool. He does, like, a lot of cool things. You can go AP Xinzhou. What would AP Xinzhou do if he were here today? He'd surely kiss an answer to if it did. Ayasu, that's a fuck no. That's a fuck no. Yone, that's a fuck no. Yorick is the other one that's kind of like Yorick is the other one that's kind of like what's his face Urgot, where it's like theoretically he does like a lot of different interesting things, but realistically none of them actually work properly, and so he does like one very boring thing. And I think they should like rework that. I think if they made him into like an AP champion, I think that would be more successful, because like, you know, he just kind of like casts like spells and like that are like kind of lame, and then like kind of hits you maybe sometimes, and he's like very lame. He's like a very lame character. Like honestly, he's like kind of like one of those are the two classic champions that actually like kind of suck. Get this shit out of my face. Zach is going in the hell yes tier. Holy shit, Zach is great. Old Zach. oh my god, he's like a tank that you could like he doesn't, he's a tank that doesn't use mana. You can go AP, you can like do the like the punchy thing, you can run around with the W, and like the W, oh my god, it's such a simple ability, but again, it's like you have so much the simple abilities that just do damage and stuff have like very effective, and it spawns a blob. It's you have so much creativity in what you do with this shit, right? You can build him full tank, you can build him AP, you can build him kind of tanky, you can go him top lane and just like run circles around your opponent, like doing the blob and getting the blobs and hitting with the blob. You're the blob champion, fucking blob. Holy shit. Zac, I love Zac. Holy shit. Old Zac. We just have old Zac. Modern Zac does like a little too much, but old Zac, it's just, you just fucking hit him and then you jump on them and then your ult is like jumping up and down again. I think that you need to add that, right? Old Zac is great. Zed. I mean, Zed is like kind of old, but I think any character that is like only played by Faker should kind of not be in the game. This shit, Zeri, is it? Get this shit out of here. Why do they have so many fucking Zed champions? Ziggs, I think Ziggs is very hella cool, right? He's a character that like, he's an AB character, he's like ranged, he got like so much range, you got like zone control, you hit towers, you can detonate towers, that's pretty fucking cool. I think Ziggs is just an include, yeah, like you can do a lot of things with him. His passive, again, like the AP character with the auto attack, you gotta know how to play the game, you gotta know your spacing, you gotta know your cooldowns, you gotta know your shit, you gotta know your, and he's got so many zone control abilities. I think Ziggs is great. Zillion's in the game, Zoe is a fucking shit out of my fucking face. Zyra, I think Zyra's cool. I think the plant thing is just cool. Like, it just spawns plants and you use your abilities that like damage, but also they make plants, right? It's like you gotta make decisions of like how you use your abilities, right? You want to make them to make the plants, but you use them to make the plants and you make the thing with the damage and the thing with the, I think Zyra's great. Honestly. Get this shit out of my face. Hui is like less ridiculous than you might think, but like still he just has so much going on. Like, no, this infinite stacking ADC, get this shit out of my face. No, get this shit out of my face. Get this shit out of my fucking face. Skarner, what the fuck is this? No. Why is there, this is weird. No, get this shit out of my face. Oh, fuck no. Lunara should be in. I mean, she's kind of like a new champ. No. And let's just get rid of all of this shit. Okay, so the last champion, I think, they do fucking belong in. So that's it. I think looking at this, look at our list. I think there's like a lot of characters that, you know, make sense. I think what I want to see is, I want to see creativity. I want to see ability to affect how I play, and I play different with different runes and masteries. I want to see like the items in my build and the runes and masteries. Like, but what I bring into the game just as important is playing in the game itself, right? I want to play a strategy game. I don't want to play a pussy game. Like, I want to play a strategy game. I want to play a game for men. Okay. But the thing I think we learned here is that like there's a couple of characters that like honestly they should put the rework in and the classic version too, because like honestly, modern Volibear is just great. He's a great character. You can build him so many different ways. He's like the embodiment of like a cool classic champion. I think they should put in modern Volibear. Anyway, if you disagree, just, I guess, let me know. I mean, you leave a comment. I mean, we didn't talk about it. I think there's a lot to talk about, and I think that's it today. Subscribe for more classic League of Legends, off meta, cool hot takes and shit, and we'll see you later.